Hey everyone, hi patrons, and welcome to my B&B Art Journaling Facebook community. I am so glad you're here, and I really hope that you'll enjoy this free week of Patreon. Don't forget, there is a link in the group that has your full 3-page worksheets that you can use for this prompt, musical prompt, which is by Rachel Platten this week, Fight Song, and then also this video, and I may have one more little surprise up my sleeve for you later on this weekend. All right, let's get to this video. We are going to make collage fodder. What in the heck is collage fodder? So I used to call it making treasures for my journals and my canvases and my tags. I just called the little treasures, but now there's an actual hashtag, collage fodder. There's even classes that you can take. But collage fodder honestly is just any little thing that you make that's going to look fabulous in your artwork that you actually made, okay? So instead of going somewhere and purchasing, let's say, a sticker, you actually made that sticker. Maybe you did use some pre-purchased things to make that sticker, but you made it uniquely yours. That is what collage fodder is, and I am really hooked on it. I love it, and I have so many ideas to share with all of my patrons, so you have that to look forward to as we go through this Being Me challenge. What we're going to do in this video is super simple, and I bet all of you have something that you can use to create these awesome little tidbits, little treasures that you can put in your journals. We are going to be using stamps today to create things, and you can use them any way you want. You'll notice that these are just stamps that I've used, and what I like to do with these is I like to pre-make them. Sometimes I embellish them like this. I embellished this, and I already have it done, and then that way I just can stick it on my tag, or I can stick it in my journal, or whatever it is I'm doing. Okay, there's these. I love this. The star is one of my favorites, and then there's this one. So those are just a few things that I wanted to show you. So I literally have a basket, and it is full of these awesome collage elements. A lot of times I pre-make the people because I love using people in all of my work. And most of these stamps that you see here are by Dina Wakley, by the way. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to do this today. You're going to need different backgrounds. Book paper works wonderfully with making these stamped images that you can have on hand. Also, music paper works fabulous. I like to use, these are just something I got from Flow magazine. It was like a journal or something that I'm never going to use. I thought it might be fun to stamp something on here and cut it out. Also, we're going to be painting, so I'm going to show you that. This is just regular old copy paper. Lined paper is always fun to use, and graph paper. So I'm going to show you all of those things. I've got my stamps ready. I have a new set of Dilutions border stamps from Diane Reevely. I haven't even opened them yet. I'm super excited. Then I have a few images from my favorite, Dina Wakley. She has my favorite stamps. I've got flowers and birds and girls. I also have a few of the speech bubbles that I always like to use in my work. And then I have a few phrases that I can use. Also a crayon that always looks awesome on a magazine image or something. And a border stamp. Let's get to this. There are so many different ways that I like to create these stamped images. One of the ways, and it's honestly a super simple way, is by taking book paper, and you don't even have to use paint or anything on it beforehand. You can just stamp the image, you can cut it out, and then you can adapt it color-wise to anything that you're working on. So I would cut this out, and I would put it on my tag or my book, and then I would go ahead and just maybe take some gouache paint or some watercolor and then just color that however I want to. You could even use a colored pencil or a Posca paint pen if you want to. But so that's just honestly as simple as that is. So you would just take your ink, your stamping ink, and then a stamp, and then just put it on that book paper. Book paper is so fun to use for so many different reasons. I love book paper. Oh yay, I love this girl. She's by Dina Wakley, and I just love her. Okay, so you get the idea with how easy it can be with this book paper. Okay, so see, there that is. You've made a little element, and then I'm going to get a tag that I already showed you. Actually, I'll just get this. This is a little canvas I created a long time ago, but let's pretend that this is a brand new project and I want to add an element to it. I could just put it right there even, and look how cute that would look. And I could paint it if I wanted to, maybe a blue or maybe a bright pink or something. So I love it. I decided I really wanted to show you how I would go about painting on this awesome collage fodder I just created. So I made a bird, and I cut out this awesome gal, my flower, my little girl, and then again that little border. I'm going to show you how I would pretty up these. And so again, guys, this would all be before I'm journaling. So this would be something that I would do, and I do it if I just want to be creative, but I don't necessarily want to create a tag or a page. I just want to create my collage fodder. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love to create, then I put them in a basket, and then I always have them on hand. So this is something maybe you just want to relax, put your, Christmas is coming up, right? So I don't know about you, but I love all those holiday movies. So I already started watching The Princess Switch on Netflix. It's one of my favorites. It's a newer one, and I've already put that on, and I've already started to create my collage fodder. And so this is just something you can do that is so relaxing while you're watching Christmas movies. Okay, so I'm going to use scribble sticks for this because it's going to work so perfectly. So I need either a water brush or my paintbrush, my scribble sticks, and then some water. So I'm going to make this cute little bird a light blue. So I'm just going to color on him. And it doesn't even matter how it looks because it's all going to be wet here. I'm so sorry that I'm coloring too hard and my camera's moving. All right. I'm going to get my water. You don't need a lot. And then I'm gonna make him so cute. He's gonna be adorable. Get a water brush. I have one, I can't find mine. Water brushes are so nice. You can also just take and actually do that and get that paint a little bit better. I don't want it to be super bright anyway because I want everything to show through, but all the books. Okay, I like it. I do want to have a beak though that's a different color, so I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to come back to the beak. Let's make this beautiful flower here. I'm feeling the pink. And again, I'm just going to lightly do it. This is the Neo Color crayon. So I've got the Neo Color crayon and I've got the Dina Wakley scribble stick. Out of both of them, I really like my scribble sticks, but honestly, they're both good as far as quality goes. I'm a Dina Wakley fanatic, so. Oh, I like that. And then I'm gonna need a little bit of green for the leaves. And so imagine if you already had this done and you were making tags, or let's say that you wanted to make a card or something for someone, you would already have this done. You could just put this on a card or a tag and then just maybe add a word sticker and you would already be done. That is what I love so much about pre-making this. Plus it's just fun. Okay, they're just fun to make. So there we go. We have this beautiful, oh, and I wanted to finish my little birdie. I wanted to give him a different color beak. I was gonna give him maybe an orange beak. We'll see if I can do that here. Yeah, it's gonna work. Awesome, I like that, and maybe a little green eye. All right. This is graph paper. You can buy this at Walmart or any other big box store. I think you can buy like 100 sheets for, I don't know, maybe even just $1 or $2. Love it. Graph paper I think is so cool. Again, I could just stamp on this without even doing any kind of like coloring or anything. I could just do that if I wanted to. And I like that look. And so I could do that. But what I want to show you is how I'm going to add just a little bit of color to this. Kind of already added some of the turquoise and then I ended up not liking it, but that's okay. So I'm going to just take a few of my dilution sprays and I'm going to actually add some. Normally dilution, I wouldn't put dilution spray on this thin of a paper, but it doesn't matter for this. I'm just having some fun. It'll dry and be awesome. I like the dilutions just because it's so bright. When it all dries and things, how awesome our stamps are going to look on this. So honestly, this is okay that it's kind of just random and weird looking right now. It's all going to work out good. I'm really liking that, the blue and the green here. Okay, I just kind of like how it's kind of a randomy. We're going to come back to this, but I'm going to leave it just like that, and then I'm going to come back and show you, and I think you're really going to like how that looks. This is that paper from Flow magazine. Just going to add, I've already added some teal, now I'm going to add a little bit of purple randomly to it. It can be so random, friends, because of what we're going to end up doing with this paper. So the more random, honestly, the more I like it. Because it doesn't matter. I'm going to add a pop of lime green to this. And again, you don't have to do your whole paper. You can just leave it. This music paper, I'm thinking it needs to have a bright yellow. These are glitter inks, and I find them at Michael's. They're just super watery. I'm not even sure what they're used for, to be honest. I just love how bright they are. I know some of you comment always on how bright my stuff is, and it's these, whatever these are, and they're see-through. So I'm feeling that this just needs to be yellow. So we're gonna do this yellow, yay, and come back to that. Then the last paper I have is just copy paper, something I'm sure all of us have because we have printers. All I did here was I just used this acrylic paint and a bit of the neon pink, and then I decided to use my brand new Dina Wakley stencil. That is so cool. I have to show you. I just purchased this. My husband let me buy some yummy things from Art Journal Junction and Junky Funky Boutique, and so I bought a bunch of Diane Reevely and Dina Wakley things, and this is one of her latest stencils. I love it because there's marks here, like a brush stroke, and then just kind of like some little rainbows and some fatter brush strokes and then long lines. I love it. I've already used it on several projects. So I thought this is gonna look good. I do this a lot, friends, when I just also wanna make my own pattern paper. I will just take plain old copy paper and then just make my own pattern paper. So we'll see how this turns out. It's got to dry, and then we'll do some stamping with that. I did decide to take this paper from Flow magazine where I had just put the lime green and the purple. I decided to do a stencil with Diane Reevely's Dilutions ink. I really love how that turned out, how it's kind of showing some of the lines and a few of the flora. All right, now the fun part. I like this part because I can actually start visualizing what I may want to use these amazing pieces for. So I'm going to start with this beautifully colored yellow music sheet. I've got a few more new stamps out. I've got Dina Wakley's heart set. I also have a set of her images, her words and things, and then I have some of my favorites from Dina, my favorite girls from her that I'm going to show you. Okay, the stamping ink that I'm using right now, I'm not an ink snob, so I'll just use whatever is cheap. This is from Ranger, the archival ink. Honestly, I cannot find any that I like better than StazOn, but StazOn is just so expensive, so I don't usually use StazOn. All right, I am thinking that I'm gonna maybe do this girl right here. So I'm gonna put my ink on that, and then I wanna try to get as many elements out of this as I can. So I'm gonna do that. Oh yes, I like how that looks. I might do one of these hearts. In case you haven't purchased any of Dina's things, or maybe another one of your favorite artists, maybe they have faces or women, friends, I use these all the time. You can use them in so many different ways, and so I think they're worth the price. I think I'm gonna do maybe one more heart with this one. So I wanted to show you, this is what then the entire sheet will look like before I cut it out. And it's just, look at that, it's so satisfying to me. Now, you might ask or think, hey, I could just keep that sheet, you know, and keep it on hand. I don't do that. I've done it in the past, and I find that I don't use them. It's the magic when they're already cut and they already look like these things here, okay? That's when that magic happens, and that's when you go, oh yeah, I want to use this really cute little heart or really cute little bird, you know, just compared to this sheet. So I'll be sure at the end of this video, I'm going to show you everything all cut out, and I think you're going to be like, wow, that's so cool. So all right, let's continue. This is that graph paper that all I did was I just sprayed a little bit of Dilution ink, and then I had one of these dropperfuls of green paint that I put on there, and then a little bit more of that ink. I've already put a few stamps on there, so we're going to continue to keep stamping. I think I'm going to use this big speech bubble that I have. I've had these forever. I used to actually own an online, back before online it was just getting started. It was called Scrapwords, and Mary Langley might remember that. Mary, because I think, pretty sure you would remember that, because Mary and I have known each other for many, many, many years, so I think that she probably remembers Scrapwords. Okay, and I sold these on there. I like to use speech bubbles, guys, in my stuff. So I'm going to use one more of that. Maybe do it right here. There we go. And you know, if you would just look at this page, you would be like, okay, well, that's like a really ugly page. No, it's not. It's going to look fabulous with our beautiful embellishments. I have some crowns. I have another crown that I like better than this one, but right now I'm not sure where it is. It's just smaller, and so wherever there's like a little nook and cranny here, I'm gonna make a few crowns. It's always fun to make some crowns to put on your magazine, girls, and this is a perfect size one for that. I like this flower. It's a Dina Wakley flower. All right, and then I'm gonna use this chickie again over here because I use her often and I like her. Okay, so all of my collage fodder is finished. I went through and I cut everything out. I thought I would just go through and just show you as I talk. So friends, I really hope that you will try this technique. Remember, it's as easy as just finding copy paper. You could use graph paper, book paper, whatever paper you have. Just use it and start stamping. And remember with your stamps, if you have images of birds, butterflies, stars, circles, ladies, whatever you have, just use whatever you have, whatever you're inspired to. This is how the words come out. You can make like little phrase blocks. I like that. So anyway, I love, look at that. Look how that turned out. Oh, love it. And all the bright colors, and see how that little pattern came through. That was from that Flow magazine. There's just so many different ideas you can do with this. This is just one idea. It's so simple. And now imagine, I have all of these to put into my bin and use on my next tag, on my next project. There's just so many things we can do with that. And speaking of projects, the next video that I make, that is going to be your bonus video, friends. And I'm going to be showing you what I do with all of this awesome stuff. We're going to make a whole set of tags about strength and bravery to go along with our lesson for the whole month of November. I'm so excited, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you so much, patrons, and thank you so much, my Facebook community. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and be on the lookout for one more video as part of your free week on Patreon. Thanks again for being here, guys. Have a wonderful day. I hope you learned a lot and have fun.